Before we start, I'd like to take a moment to ask that you press F for respect for this notebook. I have had it since December of last year. It has served me well these 9 months and I am much sad, but also happy because I got this one now. Victory is mine after all. Press F. Now before we get into the main subject, which is about YouTube and mods and obvious nonsense, but I think we should address anyway, I want to talk about this picture. Please screen cap it, meme it, and then send it to the Gwent Police of South Wales. Why might you ask? Am I asking you to do that? Well, because this is Jermaine Taylor from Newport. His picture, because the police use social media to a T when they catch someone or are looking for someone, breached his licence conditions following his release from prison back in December of 2018, back when I got my last notebook. F for respect. Now initially, in September of 2017, he was given a 3-year sentence. And because it amused me, I'm going to reference exactly what it says at the bottom of the BBC article I have linked below for all of you. For being concerned in supplying controlled drugs. I know what it's meant to have said, but we're not going to play it that way. This is how you handle people who are concerned in supplying controlled drugs? Duly noted. Now I do have an opinion about sharing people's mugshots on social media, and it's actually relevant to what the police have threatened. You see, they have said that if you harass, threaten and abuse people on social media, it could be against the law. That is all entirely subjective. You have taken his face and you have put it on your substantial follower base on Facebook. Unsurprising, it has been shared over 15,000 times with over 90,000 comments being left on the Gwent Police Facebook. Gwent spelt Gwent. I'm not linking their page, but I'll tell you the name of it. You are threatening people with legal action because they've memed it anyway. Well, hopefully you'll get some more. And it'll be international, because I have an amazing audience in America. Hello. On Monday, those same police said, "We are really grateful to everyone who is assisting us in locating Jermaine Taylor, and we must admit a few of those comments have made us laugh. However, when the line is crossed from being funny to abusive, we do have to make sure we are responsible and remind people to be careful about what they write on social media. Pot, kettle, black, you." I wanted to get this off my chest because this picture is just absolutely fantastic. It's great. I'm going to keep it. I might frame it. Who knows? Moving on from that, I want to talk about how a moderator has made a recent claim, a big shocker no less, that big YouTubers are being let off the hook when they break the terms of service, community guidelines, explicitly. I know what you're all thinking. Really? Imagine my shock. I mean, can we all think of at least one instance where a big YouTuber, formerly a Viner, you know, those only funny in short burst types, not really funny at all, has come onto the platform, abused the system, made millions, might be going broke, but has made millions, has made enough of an impact to make YouTubers look bad because of their own jackassery, general jackassery no less, to go on to do things that involved dead bodies? Have I whittled this down enough yet? Get into a moderate amount of trouble for their actions. I say moderate because they really should have gotten worse than what they got. But they didn't, which is inconsistent with all those smaller YouTubers who get hammered for the smallest thing. Like seriously, Toad Features demonetized. You've done guilt by association because he holds the camera sometimes for Count Dankula stuff and he wrote the music for the intro-outro. That's it. But back to this, let's take a wild guess at somebody who might have breached the rules a few times, but more notably going into a forest. I can't help but think, oh, what's his name? He set up an event recently, there's a catastrophic failure, and then made an excuse saying, well, I was training to be a boxer so I couldn't run, because boxers don't generate power from their legs, yo. Like, totally don't. Do I need my sarcasm sign for that? Anyone that knows me knows I've boxed a lot in my lifetime, so I shouldn't have to say that. You know what? I will no longer be indulging the sarcasm sign. If you're too stupid to get when I'm being sarcastic, okay, be a prick. So, to the article, because it is right that we address aspects of it, and I will get to who that was, as if a picture on the screen wasn't enough for you. If it feels like certain high-profile YouTubers get way more lenience when it comes to content moderation than everyone else does, That's apparently because they do, according to a new report. The Washington Post spoke with almost a dozen former and current YouTube content moderators who told the paper that the gargantuan video platform made exceptions for popular creators who push certain boundaries. I would like to argue that it's not the creator that is pushing the boundary, it is the network that they are employed by, who owns their channel, that allows them to get away with it, and it is those networks that influence YouTube and nudge them to allow that content to be monetized. It is why Logan Paul got away with going to Suicide Forest and mocking a dead body. I would also say, yes, they do let big YouTubers get away with it, provided those big YouTubers are the right kind of content creator, i.e. the Nickelodeon kids TV presenter types that start their videos with, "Hey guys! Yo, what's up guys?" And the list goes on. Oh, hey sisters, probably. The point is, it's not so much the creator, it is the network. Disney is a huge one to lean against, after all. One former moderator told the Post, "Our responsibility was never to the creators or to the users, it was to the advertisers." Again, hardly a surprise. There are many creators on this site, big or small, who rarely are able to get adverts on their videos because of the type of content they make. There has been a clampdown on political opinions. Unless those political opinions go a certain direction, it is understandable that an advertiser doesn't want their adverts to be seen on videos that push political agendas, push ideas, or encourage profanity. I understand that. It's why on all the channels I have, and this isn't a joke, I only have one channel that hasn't been hit by a single demonetization bug, and I had to remove about 100 game streams just to avoid getting any flag, because a lot of them involved a fair number of profanities. And that would be my game channel, streaming tonight 9 PM GMT, below. It's understandable though, when you are playing a soft touch, when it comes to how you approach it and being more careful, you're going to get away with it. The employees also told the Post in interviews that YouTube's internal guidelines for how to rate videos are confusing and hard to follow, with workers also typically given unrealistic quotas by outsourcing companies to review 120 videos a day. Now, since video length does vary substantially, I can understand how issues arise. I know this for a fact. I have some videos that have been approved for monetization like that. Sometimes it has taken more than a day. Now, the issue there is, by the time that day has gone by, the video would have then reached its limit with the number of views it will normally get. About 5,000 views in 24 hours is what I get, which is amazing, not complaining. But when it's not monetized even slightly, my ad revenue for that, instead of being between, let's say, $10 to $50, 50 around Christmas time, 10 January to now, in fact, it goes down to about 1, which isn't painful because I enjoy what I do, so I don't care so much about the money, but it is enough of a reason to take a moment and think, wow, you're hurting me and yourself a little. Okay, maybe not them, because seriously, they probably just make loads of money and don't particularly care about someone like myself because I am a literal nobody. But enough issues arise, enough channels are hurt, and unless they act quickly, channels suffer. That's why it's understandable they're going to go to the biggest channels first when they get reviews, and to those that have been leaned on by networks to get their creators approved first, because the money and the views will understandably be quicker and greater. The point actually is then made in the article when it indicates that it's harder to scrutinize longer videos without skipping over content that might turn out to be problematic. A YouTube spokesperson has actually outright said that it doesn't give moderators quotas, although I doubt this, but I'm open to being proven wrong. Now, understandably, the article then draws on what I earlier referenced in Logan Paul and the Suicide Forest, because really what they do to him, they took away his shows. That's it. For what he did, he should have been given a community guideline strike, at the very least. Base minimum, be consistent. When PewDiePie was caught shouting certain words, if it was on YouTube when he shouted those, I can't be bothered to go back and find out. Yeah, he should have been given a strike as well. He lost his show, he lost his network, I believe. I think that was also Disney. But that doesn't matter for him, because thanks to the subscribe to PewDiePie meme, I think he's done quite well from it, and I don't think he really cares. Logan Paul, though, is a dying channel, so thankfully he has to start playing the game again, or disappear into irrelevancy where he and his disgusting brother belong. They can go back there where their hairlines start. The article then correctly continues to talk about widespread issues with navigating moderation, monetization of extreme and graphic content, and the many years long track record of scandals that have cost the company types of ad revenue, which has obviously hit everyone. Channels being permanently demonetized, my videos constantly up for review, even though I have taken some of the simplest and softest approaches to try and adapt. It is painful. It has cost some people a steady income that they were earning, but forced them to then start doing things like shilling Streamlabs, which I'm not against in the slightest, and I should be clear. I think if that's what you have to do to make your way, then so be it. I personally take the view that I'm happy to take Google's money. It's just a shame that Google tends to disagree with me on this. A lot of this falls at the feet of Susan Wojcicki. Susan claims many things, so I actually have a question for her. I doubt she'll listen to it, I don't think she cares, and I'm sure she has a fob-off answer, even if she did hear this. You claim to care, yet you have overseen a system that rewards bullies and corporations. We know this because you promoted the feck out of Logan Paul, and because you promote T-Series, a corporation, as your #1 channel. Your #1 channel is PewDiePie. He, like many others, made you. You claim to want us all to succeed, yet you only promote non-YouTubers and Nickelodeon-style channels. So my question is, why have you turned your back on creators? And why do you pretend to care about our concerns? Every year we get those little fill-out review forms about YouTube and the service, yet nothing changes. And it's not like you'll help anyone that isn't a kids show presenter and Logan Paul by continuing to give them chances to make you look like the one thing you can't be, a network.